Hello everyone, I'm Nancy and today I'm going to show you how to make homemade macaroni and cheese. You may remember this classic American comfort food from childhood. Well, today I'm going to show you how to make a grown-up version that is just as yummy and comforting as you remember. So first, over here, I've already cooked in salted water for about 10 minutes some cavatappi pasta. And you can use any kind of short pasta that you like. Next, I have some butter melting in a large saucepan. Once the butter is melted, I'm going to add 1/4 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, and 1/2 teaspoon of ground dry mustard. I'm simply just going to whisk that up into the melted butter until the flour has kind of cooked down and got out all that floury taste. It usually takes about 2 minutes. And today I'm going to be using 3 different kinds of cheeses. I'm going to be using shredded cheddar, sharp cheddar. You could also use white cheddar if you'd like. I'm using Gouda, and you could use smoked Gouda if you'd like. And then I'm also using cream cheese. And you just keep on stirring the flour until about 1.5 to 2 minutes over medium heat. And once that is cooked down, you're going to add 3 cups of whole milk, and also I've already grated a small onion. If you don't like onion, you can leave it out. I personally do like onion, so I'm going to add it. And you just add that right in with the milk mixture. And you're just going to whisk that up. Sometimes it's good if you turn your heat up just a little bit because you want it to come to a light simmer so that it can thicken. Okay. I also should mention that I've already melted 2 tablespoons of butter just in a regular bowl with 3/4 cups of soft breadcrumbs. There's no seasonings or anything in the breadcrumbs, but you can always add Italian seasonings or salt and pepper if you'd like. That's going to be our topping. Then you're going to add just a pinch of salt and pepper to your mixture, just to your liking. You don't need too much salt because the noodles were cooked in salted water, and also the cheese is going to provide some saltiness. And so you'll just continue stirring this until it gets slightly thickened up, not too thick because you want some room for that cheese to melt. Okay. And then I'm going to add, once it is thickened and slightly boiled, I'm going to add 1.5 cups of sharp cheddar cheese. And you're going to want to stir this in between adding, just because you don't want the cheese to clump up. You want it to melt smoothly into a rich, creamy sauce. So you'll just stir every few ounces that you put in. Okay. The Gouda cheese, like I said, you can use smoked if you like a smoky Gouda. And I've already grated this with a box grater. Sometimes you can find it in a bag already grated, but I I couldn't. So I've already grated that up. And just keep on mixing it because, like I said, you don't want it to stick to the bottom or clump up. You want it to be nice and rich and smooth and creamy. Then I'm going to add 4 ounces of cream cheese. I've learned this trick from my mom. She always puts cream cheese in her macaroni and cheese, and I've always asked her, how do you get it so creamy? And she says it's the cream cheese. So I'm doing that today, and it always gives it a nice creamy touch. You're just going to keep on, this is going to be over medium heat, and you're just going to keep on stirring until you get that consistency that you like. At the end, I like to substitute my whisk with a wooden spoon. Just helps break things up and get it to the texture that you like. Okay. So this is almost about to the consistency that I like. And there's always, you can always add a pinch more salt, pinch more pepper if you desire. That is up to you. If you're watching your salt intake, then don't. All right, and we are almost there to where we are going to add this into, just layer it over our pasta. Okay, if you can't see what I'm doing, it looks delicious. Okay. And now I'm just going to turn the stove. I'm going to bring my casserole dish a little bit closer so I can reach there. I'm going to turn my stove off. And I'm going to pour this right over the top. Okay. So this just gets layered right on top of your cooked pasta. And it looks delicious. And I'm just going to lightly kind of stir it in so it touches all the pasta and kind of gets deep down in there. And for a finishing touch, those breadcrumbs that I showed you earlier are just going to go right over the top. And I just sprinkle them on. And you can always leave the breadcrumbs off if you don't want them. Or I know sometimes people will use like potato chips or cracker meal. Whatever you prefer. I like the breadcrumbs. It just kind of, this is how I've always had it, and it's just very comforting for me. So once the breadcrumbs are on and your macaroni and cheese is assembled, you're just going to slide it into the oven. There's no need to cover it. The oven is at 375. And this is going to cook for a half an hour. After a half hour, you just take the pasta out, set it aside for just a few minutes, and you can serve it up as a side dish, or you can bring it to any party or potluck that you desire. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy.